It is known that this movie from 2001 called AI Artificial Intelligence, one of the first movies about AI technology in later years, have risen up to be something of a cult movie. But does it really hold up today? That's something I will examine deeply throughout this video. In a time coming out of 2001 when you didn't have a lot of movies to compare it with, I can't understand why people might have been blinded by the concept and perhaps thought this was a cool concept kind of match with what was out there at the time. But as the years went on, we had movies such as iRobot, Upgrade the Movie Tower with Gary Oldman as the voice, and movies such as Transcendence with Johnny Depp in the main role. All movies that touch upon AI technology, where this movie is not appear with them visually. That leads us to the first reason why it does not hold up today, because visually, with this big futuristic city and everything, it looks much visually weaker, and that can also be seen when the boys in a battle arena or when they show this city beyond the sea called Manhattan. Mostly, it may look good to have been released in 2001, but today it does not work visually. The second reason why this movie does not hold up today comes all down to the general emotion of the movie. Of course, it may be interesting that this boy is on a quest to be reunited with his mother and gain a love by becoming a real boy, perhaps quite noble in itself, but nevertheless, when it becomes all about that emotion, and perhaps not so much about an explanation of technology, you fall into a lot of traps. That's a problem that Tenet had, but at least they entertain you a lot more. Here we feel the movie also takes on a rather slow burn of a pacing, where you are of course introduced to the concept in an unbelievable way, but the movie takes a bit long time to get to the point. As with the characters, I feel it's one thing, but Brendan Gleeson, the boy, and Jude Law might be interesting. But Jude Law as a gigolo is kind of a strange choice. Although he plays the character well, I'm not too sure about the impact of the character, which leads the AI boy, which apparently is a mecha model in towards the blue fairy place. A third reason this movie can't hold up today comes down to the ending, where you feel it should have ended when the boy was frozen down rather than that forced happy ending that son reunited with his mother after he had been frozen down a lot of years and there was only aliens left and young humans. That he got that one day with his mother is something I see as a rather unimportant ending that gives context to the emotion, but it is just made because everybody wanted a happy ending in a movie that could feel emotionally fragile at times. If we talk about another reason why the movie can't hold up today, it will be about the tension and general entertainment of the movie. If you see sci-fi movies such as Robocop or Upgrade, for example, those movies entertain you a lot more with the tension and there's more happening in the movie. Where here you sub out the tension with a lot of dialogue to try to create a deeper movie, which at times is not that entertaining. Perhaps it may create a better story because it is so interesting to create an AI boy to replace your son as dad. But at the same time, you wish perhaps that he was saved more and perhaps not so easily saved by the Jude Law character. Of course, it may be kind of random that the audience actually thinks he is a real boy, but at the same time, you would like to see him break more sweat. The movie is a classic case of a sci-fi concept that builds the concept to a certain extent, but then can't hold your interest, like I said, during the whole movie. Because like I said, you are enticed in the beginning, but then you slowly but surely fall a bit more out of the story. Because it progresses as this rather slow pace, that's why I personally will give this one a 6 out of 10. And while it may have some moments at times, it clearly does not hold up today.